Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to episode 10 of my UIM series. In the last episode, we completed all the free-to-play quests. Just feels so satisfying to have this all green-logged finally. This is where the stats are currently, but at the moment, I want to go and unlock some barbarian bare hand fishing, just so it's done. Right, here we are. We are going to talk to Otto. Right, I think that's unlocked. We'll find out at some point when we try it. So I think the first quest I want to do is going to be Children of the Sun. I'm going to unlock Varlamore. Let's do that. So this is a new area in RuneScape which opens up a lot of new possibilities, but there is a specific reason why I want to get it early. So we're going to go head over and do that. I was going to say it's a pretty cool little march, but it doesn't look very cool at all. Oh, right, so we have to follow this guy. So you can actually turn around. Oh, he does. Okay, that is Children of the Sun done, which now gives us access to Varlamore. So this should mean we should be able to use this now, I think. So yeah, Varlamore is going to be super important. There's a whole bunch of new methods of training that I've never experienced or not even touched. So like bone shards for prayer, hunter rumors, which is like slayer but for hunter. Yeah, there's a whole load of stuff here that we can do. Okay, so the part I thought it unlocked, it didn't. This just takes me back to Varric. We need to unlock the other, what are they called, corticells or quetzals. But what I was trying to unlock was this area here. But we need to get a quetzal here, and then you've got a windmill. I think, yeah, the windmill. And if you climb up to the top of this, there is something called the nice nest, and the nice nest basically lets you store one tradable item that's value is less than 100k GP, I think, on the GE, and you can just keep it there permanently. So we'll need that in the future, especially when we want to store things like a rune crossbow or something like that. Okay, so I've brought everything I need with me, and we're doing the dig site quest. The reason I want to get this done mostly is to get rid of these, because you need 250 to make the dig site medallion, but you also need to do this quest to unlock the ability to make, I forget what they're called, but the ruby necklaces that let you teleport to the dig site or fossil island. So yeah, we're going to get this done real quick. I say real quick, but there's actually going to be a lot of running on this quest. Okay, so we're going to use this tablet on good old Terry. And that is the dig site done. So we've got a bunch of mining XP and some herb lore, 2 gold bars. Puts us on 35 mining. And 22 herb lore. I can't wait to hit 30 herb lore just so I can start using XP lamps on it. So then if you take these certificates, you can hand them all in to the curator, and he will give you something to eat or drink. I don't know what you get if you choose eat, but if you do something to drink, he gives you a fruit blast, which we're going to keep for safekeeping because we will use that for a recipe for disaster in a minute. What we're going to do now is I'm going to try and uncut all of these to clear some inventory space, because that's the whole point of why I wanted to do the dig site. So we're just going to run to the bank, unnote them. I'll buy a chisel first and keep running them into this guy. Right, so that doesn't work. I just had to sell the first bunch. Don't want to do that. That I got, because if you say how do I get a medallion, he says we need to do a bit of work around the museum first. So we're going to do this first, so we can fill all these cases. So we need to find 5 things plus the jewellery. So yeah, we'll take the tools. I don't think you need those. If we do, we'll get them back. So you can take multiple of these now. So we'll just, and then clean them. Oh, okay, you do need the gloves and boots. Now will you let us do the thing? You actually have to wear them. Okay, so you actually have to wear them. Okay, we're going to do this till we find all the things we need. So we actually got the clean necklace in our first inventory, which if we show him that, we can now enchant ruby necklaces. So yeah, we're going to get the rest of these and put them in the cases. Right, that's all of those done. Puts us on 78 kudos, which we're not going to claim yet because I don't want to waste the XP lamps. We're now going to drop all of this stuff that we don't need, useless crap. And we're just going to start cutting these gems, and hopefully he will take them this time. So all I do is I'll just walk over here. Whoop. UIM problems. We're going to take our chisel, leave that ruby there, it should be fine. And then we're just going to cut these on the way. 38 crafting. And now if we might have to talk to him first. Will you let us get a medallion? Yep, 250 rubies, no refunds. There we go. And we're just going to keep doing this. And there's 40 crafting, which now lets us make the ruby necklaces. And there's 42 crafting. Can now make fish bowls. Okay, so we just got a random event. It's one of the ones that I want to do to store. Just because, like I said previously, I can only store 4 outfits from random events. But once you've finished them, they give you XP instead. Oh, you still get the XP lamp anyway. Sweet, nice. Okay, so that can go into Varlamore. Okay, we just got another crafting level 43, and this time I've only cut 3 gems because I believe he needs 4 more. Yep. So I'm going to give him 3, and that means we only need 1 more. Just because I don't want to get the medallion right now, because to build the mounted dig site you need 82 construction, which we're on 71, so we're not going to take that off him yet because I don't want to waste the inventory space. So for now we're going to just cut the rest of these, probably sell them to a shop. Okay, so we are doing the recipe for disaster at the start of the quest now. Barrow's gloves will be cool to get. It's not a goal for us right now, we'll get them when we get them. But I want to do this because we have the fruit blast already. So we're burning some logs to get ashes, and just in case you didn't know, there is some rotten tomatoes here that you can buy for 1 GP. So we're going to do that. We're going to wait for that to turn into ashes, and then we're going to go get these other things. So we're going to use our RD cloak to go to Yanil to get the green Menzel, and then RD cloak to go to RD to get an Eye of Newt. I think you can get one from there. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. Okay, so I just double checked. We can't get the Eye of Newt in RD. But what we can do is run over here and go to Port Sarim, because then we're near the POH. We can put these away and we can buy Eye of Newt there. I should have gone to Remington actually. We're going to go to Remington, and then that makes more sense. That was quite stupid. So yeah, we're going to take this boat to Remington, put these in the POH, and then walk to Port Sarim and buy the Eye of Newt. Okay, so we're going to start this quest. There we go, finally. Okay, and then we are going to use the ashes on this. And that is recipe for disaster, and you get 1 quest point. Head in here and watch this cutscene. So yeah, like I said, this is good to open up this sort of quest line now, because we can kind of come here whenever we have the items or feel like doing it. I will be working towards the Barrow's gloves at some point. It's just not a priority right now. I want to get as many quests as I can done, and we don't really have the combat level to do this quest series and go for the main boss yet. I love these guys. They're just always fighting. Dude, he just kicked the fucking monkey. Okay, we've just unlocked the bank, which we cannot use, but we can use the Colorancer's chest now to get some items in here, which is going to be pretty useful later. I can see myself using this to make wines maybe. But yeah, we're going to do Elemental Workshop 1 and 2 now. So we're just going to go and get these stuff. Okay, and that's the end of this quest. We get 5,000 crafting and smithing XP, and the ability to make elemental shields. Which puts us at 44 crafting and 32 smithing, which will now allow us to do Elemental Workshop 2. Okay, that's Elemental Workshop 2 done. 7,500 crafting and smithing XP, and the ability to make mined equipment. That puts us on 36 smithing and 45 crafting. Our magic level has been drained, so I can't teleport to Falador. I want to go get Excalibur blah blah blah. I want to get Excalibur back because I'm going to do a bunch of desert quests, one of which requires Excalibur. But what I'm going to have to do is teleport to Last Man Standing. That way when Ferox we can refresh all our stats, and I'll probably use the canoe to head back to Lumbridge, or Barbarian Village actually, and then from there get to Valador. Because I think to get Excalibur back we need to go to, I think it's this area here, Lady of the Lake, I think gives it, but we'll see. Right, so the Lady of the Lake does not give you Excalibur back until you've done a certain quest. This guy does. Oh god, we've got to pay for it, okay. So yeah, we now have that back. We're going to head over to the desert area and get the rest of the stuff we need for Tourist Trap. Okay, we're going to put this XP into smithing. And smithing again. That gives us level 39. And that's the end of that quest. So Tourist Trap is done. So we've got everything ready to do the Golem, which unlocks the next quest, Shadow of the Storm. And to do Shadow of the Storm you need a silver bar, which you can get from this silver merchant here in Ardi. Also I sold the Chaos Runes just because they were taking up space, there weren't many left, and yeah, I don't really need them. So we just run into Elza to start the quest. On the way here, we'll just come up here to pick this feather off the Desert Phoenix, which is a medium diary task. Right, so on this part of the quest, pick the black mushrooms to get a vial of black dye. What we're going to do is we are going to take 2 more so that we can use these black dyes to turn desert robes into black robes, because you need 3 pieces of black clothing for the Shadow of Storm quest. Okay, and that is not Shadow of the Storm, that is the Golem quest complete. Get some crafting XP and thieving. Also, once you've completed the Golem quest, if you run back down into here, there's these little jewels on this throne. If we have a chisel and hammer and we use it on the throne, oh, we don't have enough inventory. Okay, well we can drop that. Don't think we need that. So we can drop that. We can drop that. We will drop that. Okay, so now if we use the chisel on the throne, we get 6 gems. Which I might try and quickly turn one of these into a ring of dueling. Maybe, maybe not. Nah, I think I'm going to sell them. Right, so if we buy a desert robe and top, we can use the black dye we made on these. And now we've got 3 pieces of black clothing, and we can drop these. So I'm going to quickly make a ring of dueling and then sell the rest. En route to getting the gold bar to make the ring of dueling, I am coming in here, which I always forget the name of this. What is this? Champions Guild. We're in the Champions Guild and we are going to trade Scarvio for a rune longsword. Okay, and we have our first ever ring of dueling on the account. Honestly, it's such a small thing, but this is so sick because obviously we have the logs to get to Ferox, but we now have this Castle Wars if our minigame cooldown's gone and we want to go cut some teaks. But more importantly, quick little access to Alcarid without having to use our home telly to get to Lumbridge. And we can also use this to now go to Oza, so we have more transportation unlocked. Oh, so close. Just die. Whoop, that was close. Okay, so when you get the killing blow, you have to be right next to him, I think. Dude, this geezer's taking the mick now. There we go. He is down. I'm going to put this into ranged. That is Shadow of the Storm done. And we now have Dark Light. And 27 ranged. And we're going to bury his ashes. So why not? Okay, and that is Jungle Potion done. We get some Herblore XP. Yeah, great. I think the next quest I want to do is going to be the Giant Dwarf. So let's see what we need. We're going to get all this stuff, go start the quest. Yeah, I just want to do this to unlock the Glass Furnace teleport, just because it's more transportation, and then we can use the cart system to go from the blast furnace to the exchange if we need to. So we need a red berry pie for this quest, and now because we have access to the Colorimancer's chest, I think that's how you say it, we can now buy the pie dish and the pre-made flour. So yeah, we'll do that, and then fill the jug up, and drop the food, pastry dough, slap that in there, red berry pie, if it doesn't burn. And it didn't burn it, yay! We're now going to go get some coal, start the quest, get the tinderbox, and we'll get the iron bar and sapphires during. Okay, so for this part of the quest we're going to be using the green secretary just because it's closest to the blast furnace. So he needs 3, what did he say? I think he said 3 copper ores. There we go, 3 copper ores. So we're just going to run over to the blast furnace, buy those, run back, and repeat till this is done. See, I like this, now it gives you the option to not watch the cutscene. Okay, we got a ton of XP from that. That is the giant dwarf done. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear up my inventory. I'm probably going to, yeah, we're just going to get rid of a bunch of stuff that we don't need right now. I'll probably sell these. No, we'll drop them, it's not worth it. We'll keep those for now. And the plan for me now is I'm going to go to the waterfall area, kill some fire giants, because I really want a rune scimitar, and I want to hit, well, I want to start working towards 55 magic for the high alchemy spell. Even though we don't have natures yet, that'll be super good to get. So we'll see how close we can get to that. So I'm going to buy enough casts for about 4,000 fire strikes. Can we just hit level 40 magic? 40 magic is great because it unlocks the teleport to the POH, which is probably the most important magic spell we can have as a UIM. Woo! We just got the fire battle staff, nice. Honestly, that feels so huge right now. But yeah, it gives us some bonus magic stats. We can get rid of the old one. Nice. And there's 45 magic, which is also a pretty important one because we can now teleport to Camelot, which is right next to Sears. We also got 50 combat just before that. Nice, another collection log. So I got way too excited for that. Okay, and that's 45 prayer, which unlocks Mystic Might. Hey, we got the rune scimitar finally. So when did we get that? We got that at 71 KC. That is not bad RNG at all. Nice, we just got 48 magic as well, which is a good little milestone because that unlocks the Corend teleport once we do the climb at Corend. Okay, there is 50 magic. We can now use Tome Fire, which we can get out of the looting bag at some point. We also got the loot path of the key, which is why I was holding this just in case, because now we have the crystal key, which we need to open the crystal chest. Okay, we just got 51 magic. I don't have many runes left. I think based on that, I'm going to be ending this video here, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and please check the next video out. Have an amazing day. Oh, and here's the stats as well. If you want to have a look, that's what we've gotten to so far.